Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Siegfried Line, and it's under the command of General Anonymous. Yes, we're carrying on with his replays. We've got a few more to go. And, well, this one... Oh, he's platooned with someone. Okay, in fact, he's platooned with the other M53, M55 you can see here. And game's underway. He was requested to platoon with the 704 but didn't accept that one. In fact, actually, sometimes it's a very good idea to platoon with Arty who do have similar skill set, because obviously you're more than likely both going to get 3 kills. But personally, I tend not to platoon right at the start of the battle, because most of the time, and that round metal Panzerwagen's made a fatal error going behind that bush. It's just such an obvious target. Rounds out. Oh, hit the bush. Hit the road, actually, not the bush. Well, I tend not to platoon unless I've already got the 3 kills, because then if I platoon with somebody and they're much better than me and they get more kills, I'm going to drag them down. I'm not going to give them the 3 kills they need in order to get their brothers in arms, so I tend to hold back. But in most battles I tend to get at least 3 kills anyway when I'm playing Arty, and so I know that I can give my part of the bargain. I'm just not so sure on the enemies, and most of the time the people who offer platoon with me in battles are people with very low win rates, in which case it's likely that they're not going to survive the battle, and they're only seeking to platoon with somebody who they think will actually keep them alive. Okay, from this position he does have shots on that spot where the enemy tanks hide there. That's one of the reasons I like this position, actually, is because you can actually hit some of the guys in the town in the spots they frequently go to. Doom Turtle, 34.87 seconds to the reload time. He's not using premium consumables. He could reduce that to about 32, I think, with Coca-Cola. And that landed near where the T95 was located. There's a little hint, actually, for those people who actually do play from this position. The further west you go, the narrower the angle on that shooting that corner. So it is advisable to be slightly closer to the east to get a better angle on that street, but not so much as that you would actually deny yourself the opportunity of hitting those tanks that actually go to the corridor next to the castle gates. He's fired around in there and got a direct hit on one of them. Somebody's hurting. And he's moving position, as is the GWE, and the reason for that, I think, is because they've noticed that there's only the Object 430 between them and that Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, and he hasn't been seen since, so they've decided to go further to the east to protect themselves. He's being careful not to knock any trees down. Good. Ah, now this is something I don't approve of. He's actually parked up next door to his platoon mate, and that's not so great, even though you can actually protect each other with your guns if you are loaded and a light tank turns up. The problem is that it's much easier to see 2 Arty tracers than 1. So if you 2 Artys park next door to each other, there's a very good chance the enemy Arty, if he's looking for a counter battery, he'll spot you and then he'll take you out. In fact, he could even take you out with a counter battery, with a bombardier. Okay, change position in again. Now this is okay. This is good positioning, because although you are fairly close to that GWE 100, you're actually slightly off to one side, and you're on a ridge line where it's very difficult to see the tracer, because those bushes, they do actually kind of conceal the position. It's a well-known firing spot, but it's a very good concealment. Okay, fires around in at T54E1. He hits and kills a T10 who was in that position. He was going for a shot on the T54E1 almost as a drive-by. I think he knew that the T10 was there anyway, but the T10 was unspotted, and he saw the T54, fired the round in, wiped out the heavy tank instead. Now that's the corridor that I was saying. If you're in that near that bunker, you can get shots on that Death Star and anyone else who goes up that little space between the walls and near the gate. And he just got a direct hit on that Death Star. In fact, it's not a Death Star. I made the mistake again. It's actually an FV215B, the Tier 10 British Heavy, who's now in the Collector's tab. I keep making that mistake when I see FV215B, and I missed the fact that it says 183. Oh, we almost saw the shell coming back the opposite way from the GWE100. I'm not sure if it was aimed at us. I think it was aimed at one of our teammates. Rounds out on him. Lands alongside him for 231. And he's moving. Yep, he's not going to stick around. He knows that he's been spotted, and it's too late for him now because the game's over for him. Striv 103B. He's on the reverse slope, but he is a splash kill. Now, I've lost sight of him again, unfortunately, because but our Leopard's going to spot him any moment. And in fact, actually, our platoon mate just got the kill on him. 50 TP and T54 just around the corner. And, oh, a double bubble! Double bubble! And the T54E1 just got nuked by our T110E3. So we actually picked up the stun assist there as well. In fact, actually, it was damage assist because the E1, the T54E1 was tracked at the time he was taken out. 341 damage assist. Sadly, though, the score is still even. There's no definite win in this yet. You notice our platoon mate's moved over to the far east side of the map now. He's changed position as well, and General Anonymous is doing the same. Still a problem with that Panzer wagon out there somewhere. He's changing his angle so he can get shots on some of these other guys. There's the 50 TP hiding in that corner. Fortunately, that tree gets in the way a bit. Rounds out. Oh, direct hit again! So he's collected another load of hit points that we won't find out about until the end. And that 257 is about to have a go and fails miserably against the 155mm howitzer. Or not howitzer, it's a 155mm gun, isn't it? Anti-tank gun. We're now going for that T95, the Doom Turtle. If only he'd just stay there just a little while longer, and General Anonymous will put you out of your misery with one round. Rounds out. Oh, not enough to kill him, but it certainly made him worried, and he's now pulling back, stunned. The scores are still even. Both platoon mates have got one kill. General Anonymous is about to be loaded, so he might be able to get a shot at T95 if he comes forward. But I wouldn't bet on putting a shell right next door to that tower. Yeah, it hit the building. It's just too... Some of those angles are just too wrong. You can't put a shell or thread a shell between a tower and the building. It just doesn't seem to work somehow. And he's having to move because the bimetal Panzer wagon's turned up. He's actually quite low on hit points, but we've got nobody supporting us. And so now we're going defensive, getting ready for a shotgun, and that's a round from the enemy Arty. There's two of them, M53, M55s. General Anonymous is not drowning himself. No, he won't do that. He is going to fight, and he's going to wait for that guy to come forward and try and use the gun depression on the M53, M55 to shoot that guy in the face the moment he turns up. With any luck, he'll try to ram himself against our Arty, and he will come off the worst, because basically this Arty is built on a heavy tank. A heavy tank chassis, that is. Waffenträger auf Panzervier over the back. Our Strivs move to the back of the map now to check where that Rheinmetall Panzer wagon is. No sign of him, so he obviously moved. And it looks like he's returning to his own cap. Yes, because they realised that our guys have managed to push their way through. The Arty just stunned us. There's one of the enemy Arty. We're dialing in on where the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen is. Rounds out on him. 214 hit points. And he's taking damage. Oh, yes! And he's down. Which means now the enemy team's only got 2 Arty, the M53, M55, and they're probably headed south as quickly as they can. Doubt we're going to get another shot from this game. There's the M53, M55. He's down. Where's the other one? He's probably driven south already. I mean, that's where he's out in the field at grid square A1. Yep, everyone else is indicating that's where he is. Okay, well, it looks to me like General Anonymous is going to put a round in there just in case he can catch the guy. Normally I'd park behind the tree. It does tend to conceal where the shells actually are coming from. But there's the enemy. Yes, he's actually making a run south and he's low on hit points. He won't survive this. Rounds out. That's a kill. Right at the end. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the kill because you pulled away. Oh, dear me. Oh, well. I think General Anonymous was being a bit, well, arrogant there. He was saying, yeah, I can easily get that. No problem. I don't need to watch. Okay, so, yes, you're a good player. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for General Anonymous in the M53, M55. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. And he also got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And yet, that's despite the fact that he even got 2 kills. He still managed to get the Confederate. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see from this he actually did get the highest damage in the game, but yet again Wargaming denies him the medal that he should get because he didn't damage any of his teammates during that game. He's picked up 3,486 hit points of damage during that game. The next high score was the Leopard 1 with 3,114, and the next high score after that was the enemy Arty, the M53, M55 with 3,082. When it came to kills, it was the T110E3 managed to get the most with 4 kills, 3 kills for the Emil, 3 kills for the Leopard, and 3 kills for the Waffenträger. And the next high score was General Anonymous with the M53, 55 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he was tops with 1,105, only player over 1,000 base, 957 for the Emil 2, and 872 for the E3. He fired 14 rounds, got 6 direct hits, no penetrations though, funnily enough. He should have penetrated that M53 at the end, but I suppose it may have been a splash kill, but we'll never know now, will we? Yes, 16 splash, damage of 3,486 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did get 1 hit by way of splash. That was one of the enemy Arty. One of the M53, M55s worked out where it was, and I suspect it was that last one, not the one that was actually infield in the east side of the map. It was the one on the west side of the map that actually worked out where they were. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 1,169 hit points of damage assist, and 1,000 hit points of stun assist of 14 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 37,714 credits, and after ammunition resupply took away 30,391 credits. 1,105 XP times 3 on this occasion, plus 3,316 from personal missions payout, and took away 8,290 experience points altogether. So a very good display of how General Anonymous is very consistent with the M53, M55. Now I know our skin actually doesn't show how many marks he's got on his vehicle, but I'm pretty sure he has actually got 3 marks, or at least close to 3 marks, maybe 2, on the barrel of his gun. It's just a pity the skin doesn't show it, but obviously I'm afraid Jazz hasn't been able to instruct me how to remove that problem so that we can actually see the number of marks. But the only thing I would say is just to repeat at the end, please don't fire and then take away the views straight away so we can't see what happens to the shell, because then it spoils the enjoyment of actually seeing the shell hit the enemy tank or splash it or kill it, and that ruins it for the game. Because if you just fire and then pull away straight away and just wait for the results, we don't know what happened to the shell. It could have, anything could have happened. In fact, we might even have hit our own teammate if, well, not on this occasion, but you never know what might have actually happened, and that might explain why there's no high caliber there, because you certainly deserved a high caliber on this occasion. It's easily the highest score, and for some reason, Wargaming keeps denying Arty the high caliber, which is not fair. There you go. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please, and thank you for watching.